Hello, welcome back to Everyday Medical Solutions. This week on the channel, I'll be reviewing the Leatherman Raptor shears. Now, I should mention that this is not a sponsored video. I purchased these shears, and these are my opinions. I would say that Leatherman developed these shears primarily for medics, either in the metro, military, or tactical settings, but really anybody could use these shears. I bought these shears over 10 years ago, and they cut as well as the day I bought them. I actually bought two pairs. I have a black pair that I have dedicated just for work, and this pair I keep at home and I take them with me when I go outdoors, go hunting, fishing, whatever. I'll try and make the case in this video that these shears could actually replace your pocket knife for your EDC requirements for a robust cutting tool. Let me know in the comments below if I did a good job. Here's a quick example of what they look like on my work vest. Easy to take away, easy to put back. Also, if you wanted to carry them in a pocket, the pocket clip does a good job of keeping them in place. No problem at all. So today on leatherman.com, these are listed at $89.95 USD, which is about 120 Canadian. When I purchased these 10 years ago, they were about $70 CAD. So it seems like in the last 10 years, these shears have virtually doubled in price. I'm not going to spend too much time on specs, but in their closed configuration here, they are 5 inches long. When you open them up, they're 8 inches long. The cutting surface is 1.9 inches. They only weigh about 5.8 ounces, and they're about 2 inches thick. The metallic parts of the shears are made out of 420 high giggity carbon stainless steel, and the handles are glass-filled nylon, and so is the case. And right here is a little touch of carbide on the window punch. So let's do a quick head-to-toe assessment on these bad boys here. The Raptor shears are supplied with this sheath. They click in, they are quite firm. They attach firmly into that sheath. Has a removable pocket clip, an O2 key, and seatbelt cutter on this fold-out arm, which is held in place by a liner lock. And this little stop pin right in here prevents damage from occurring to this nylon handle here. The scissors fold out. You can see a lanyard hole, the window punch I mentioned. There's a 5 centimeter ruler on the side here to help you estimate the size of lacerations or entrance wounds. Right here we have a rounded tip. That's for safety when you are trying to expose and examine your patient. You won't cause further injury. You know, when you're trying to get someone naked in a hurry, you want to have as many safety features built in as possible. Right here, little ring cutter. I just want to mention really quickly that this pocket clip is replaceable. I've had people at work tell me that theirs have broken, and Leatherman, with their 25-year warranty program, sent them out a new pocket clip. I've never had a problem on either of mine, but in either case, I'd encourage you to go to leatherman.com and check out the company website for information on the warranty. As a paramedic, I can really appreciate the thoughtfulness that went into creating these scissors. There's a lot of tiny little details in here that really show Leatherman's acumen for designing badass stuff. You know, I talked about this stop pin. There's another stop pin here that helps reduce damage and wear. These surfaces here function as stop pins. That helps prevent damage and undue wear and tear to your scissors. Now, right here, you'll see on this cutting edge, let's see if we can get a good look. They've got some fine serrations there, and this side right here is just a flat, plain edge. Now, these shears are quite tenacious. They will cut through, well, they've cut through everything I've ever thrown at them. They can cut through studded leather belts. They can cut through motorcycle jackets and boots, can cut through cheekless leather cowboy chaps, and for those of you who know, it can cut through extension cords, no problem at all. Clearly, these shears are ambidextrous, comfortable in either the right or left hand. I'll tell you what, I think they're actually more comfortable in the left hand, which is funny. I think most people are right-handed, but I think these shears are actually more comfortable in the left hand. The fit and finish on these shears, they've paid a lot of attention to that. Right here, this feels smooth, like it's one piece. Everything comes together nicely. You know, there is a little bit of play in here, but I think that's just because they're a folding pair of shears. In my opinion, this does not affect how sturdy or reliable they are at all. These things are still perfect. One neat little feature here that I'd like to mention when you're using these. So in my job, let's say you come on a car crash scene and you need to extricate a patient. You can take the shears, cut the seatbelt, no problem. This thing blasts right through any seatbelt. It'll blast through jeans as well, but you don't have to fumble with anything. You just extend the scissors and they'll work. They'll cut and function just fine in this configuration here. So when you're done, you can either, utilizing the lanyard loop, drop and let these dangle. You can, if you're inside the truck already, you can toss them to the side. Now, to discuss the included sheath, you see here I have a paramedic band on mine. I utilize one or two of these to keep them in place on my belt. The case is also adjustable. You can loosen this screw right here and adjust the cant of the case here. And as demonstrated earlier, the shears can fit in. They click snugly in place, just like that. Or, in their expanded format, they lock into place thusly. Now, when you put them in like this, you have to depress this paddle in order to remove the shears. And they achieve that locking function by that round cutout there corresponds with this piece here, and they lock firmly into place. Now, you'll see here that the arms of this sheath are textured in such a way that you can put these into molly loops, either on your plate carrier or on your backpack. Really well thought out. Now, I promised to try and make the case that you could use these shears as a replacement for your pocket knife in your everyday carry. Hear me out. For 90 USD or 120 CAD, that's a pretty penny to drop just on a pair of work scissors that you may or may not use very often. So if you carry them and use them every day, you see you can carry them in the exact same spot you carry your pocket knife, right there. They're going to stick about that much out of your pants. It's not that much real estate in my opinion, and you take them out, no problem. So this pair I actually take hunting and I keep them in my bino harness. The reason that I like it so much is, let's say I'm in my tree stand, I can utilize these shears right here to neaten up any twigs or whatever that are going to be in my way. Now, the seatbelt cutter also works quite well as a gut hook. It's you know, it's not sharp there, and you know, you can go along and field dress your deer, no problem. Also, when I go fishing, I'll use those rip shears to cut some fishing line, and in an everyday application, you could use the cutting shears in their expanded format to cut through clamshell packaging. Now, a pair of scissors like this, it'd be much safer to open packaging than using your pocket knife. When you use a knife to open up a clamshell packaging, you can get a wild swing happening. We're all aware of that safety issue. Perfectly mitigated with these scissors here. Let me know in the comments below if I did a good job changing your mind to switch to the Raptor shears as your everyday carry. Thanks so much for clicking on my video. Next week on the channel, I'm going to review the O Pen 2, the pen that I think that every single paramedic should use for duty. Come back next week and I'll tell you why. Thanks again.